Hello, I'm Dr. Panku, and in this short video, I'm going to introduce you to your planning calendars, your journaling, and also to the discussion board. Let's first go over to the course information area. And in this area, you'll find the syllabus, information about the textbook, a short introduction to calendar planning and journaling. And the reason that we do this in the course, there's a lot of work to do. So if you plan in advance, submit a planning calendar to me, and I take a look at it, let you know if things look okay or not. Then you're going to do your best to follow your planning calendar during the unit. Then you'll move on to finish the unit, and finally you will journal about your experiences. You do that to let me know how you if you were successful or not in the first unit or second unit, and how you're going to change your approach if you weren't successful. We also have a section here on how to use the discussion board. The discussion board is relatively easy to use if you've ever used one before in an online course. This one will work the same way. This is just a page that will explain discussion boards in general. You're also going to be using Respondus Monitor in this class. In another video, I'll talk about Respondus Monitor and when you'll be using it. We have an academic honesty policy consistent with the college's policy. You want to read that over. By enrolling in the course, you agree to read this and abide by the academic honesty policy. So at the very top, you have the syllabus. The syllabus has the general information on the course. I suggest that you open that and read it. It has the due dates for everything, but you'll also find those in other places on Blackboard. Right? So let's learn about the planning calendars. You can see here in Unit 1 that you have quite a bit to do. The due dates are all shown. And these due dates are set in stone. You must finish the assignments by then. All of the assignments can be started at any time in Unit 1. If there is a specific start date, which there will be in Units 2 through 5 for the discussion boards, then you'll find them there. Everything else in the course can be started on day 1. You can move along and finish this course. In fact, I have had people finish the entire course in 3 weeks. That was before we had discussion boards. The discussion boards do have specific start dates. Now to get into the units, you click on the underscored Unit 1. And here you'll find a lot of information. We'll scroll down slowly so you can see what's here. We've got the planning calendar. There are some videos that you can watch. I suggest watching these because they really do set the stage for your learning. Most of these are done by a website called Bozeman Biology. This is a biology teacher who's award-winning. He's been recognized by President Obama as being one of America's best teachers. Most students enjoy his videos. They're relatively short. You can see that they're 10, 11 minutes, and they set the stage for your learning in each unit. So we've got in the first unit, chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, so there are a couple for chapter 4. So you're probably looking at a total of an hour of watching videos for this unit. Now in Blackboard, when we want to go backwards, we use this breadcrumb trail here at the back. So I'm going to move back to unit 1. Maybe. All right. So right here on the top of the page, there's a tutorial on how to complete and submit a planning calendar. The first thing you're going to do is open the document. You'll decide when you're going to do the assignments, cut them out and paste them to where you want them to go. Then you're going to save it as a PDF file. Once you've done that, you are going to click on this Unit 1 planning calendar, click to submit. That will open it up and you'll attach the PDF document. So I'm going to open up this planning calendar so you can see what they look like. So here's our first planning calendar. In the calendars, I only put the dates for that unit itself. If you decide to work ahead, you can create your own learning calendar. You can do this on any calendar software. I use something that comes from Microsoft. I just searched for calendar software, and this was free, and I made these up. Okay. So you can see we go all the way here until September the 23rd. Now, if you can't remember what we're doing, for the first unit. Right here is everything that is due. So a planning calendar is going to be due September the 5th for this semester. You're going to start your discussion board posting right off the bat. The first one is due September 5th. The second parts, the anatomical positions, are due September the 14th. The second part is due September the 21st. So everything's all spelled out for you. So now when you know that these things are due, in order to create this planning calendar, click up here. All right, here are my assignments. So I'll say I'm going to get started first by reading the chapter. That's always a good thing to do, and then watching the video for that chapter. So I'm going just to highlight this. I'm going to cut it out, Control X, and I'm going to be very ambitious, and I'm going to complete that by Wednesday. So I just Control V, and I put read chapter 1 there. I'm also going to do watch the video at the same time. So I'm going to Control X, cut that out of there, move it up. I'm going to do that on, excuse me. I'm going to do both of those by the same day. Okay. And then you'll go through and decide when you're going to complete the other assignments. I always suggest that you read and then you do your videos. Then you are going to do the Learn Smart for that chapter. Learn Smart will show you a little bit later. The Learn Smart is going to allow you to drill to learn about all of the concepts in the chapter. And then you'll notice here that we have 2 exams in the first unit. There's an exam on chapter 1 and chapter 2 together, and an exam on chapter 3 and chapter 4 together. There's also a diagram exam. You'll see a separate video explaining the exams on Blackboard. Now, I always suggest that you complete all of the work for the chapters before you take the exam. So I would not say, oh, I'm going to wait till the very end and I'm going to take both exams on that last day. I'm going to put them over here on the 23rd. I'm going to put this one here on the 23rd because I like to put things off. I don't, but let's say I put them both here. And I'm going to take a look at this calendar when you submit it to me. And I'm going to say, no, I don't think this is a very good idea. Both exams here. Okay, I'll tell you, I don't think this is a good idea, simply because that's too much for one day. This is 4 chapters, and there's a lot going on. So I would suggest that you spread this out. Now, if you have to work on weekends or if you work during the week, you can put other activities in the calendar. You can personalize this calendar. Whatever you would like to do with it is fine with me, as long as you submit a planning calendar. After the first unit is over, then you'll decide, well, I did okay. I followed my calendar, but I should have done the exams first, or I should have done the Learn Smarts a second time before I did the exams. Then you definitely, on the second calendar, you can make some adjustments. Now, if you make changes during the unit, you don't have to submit a new planning calendar. It's entirely up to you. If you change the calendar just to keep it, this is planning for you. It's not for me. All right, let's get out of this one. All right, now I do want to show you one thing. Go back here. Once you are done with this planning calendar, you want to save it as a PDF file because you're going to be uploading it to Blackboard as a PDF file and not a rich text format file, which is what it's in right now. So in order to do that, you will save your document. I'm in Word right now, so if you have the same program as I, you can see that you can save this as a PDF file, an Adobe PDF. If you don't see that when you go to save your document, do a Save As. And when you Save As, you're going to have a drop-down box here. And the drop-down box will let you pick what type of file you save this in. I'm going to save it as a PDF file. Okay, and then I will simply save it. Save it to someplace where you could find it, a flash drive or onto your hard drive somewhere, because you will have to upload it. All right, now that it's saved as a PDF file, what you're going to do is click right here where it says click to submit. Okay, your due date is Monday, September the 5th. You are not going to do this as a text submission. Instead, you are going to browse your computer. When you browse your computer, I'm going to find it in here. There's my Unit 1 planning calendar, and that will upload as a PDF file for me. I just clicked on the one that's the RTF. Okay, so if I did the wrong one, oh, I got the RTF instead of the PDF, I can just click Do Not Attach, and I will find the one that I want. Browse my computer. Okay, once you've attached that on there, then you're going to submit it. That's down here by my face. Okay, that won't let me click it. Right? And it will automatically go in there. You'll be able to see it in your grade book. Unfortunately, I can't go to the grade book while I'm in the instructor's version here. So when you go into your grade book, you will see that there is a mark showing that it needs to be graded. I typically grade all of these things on their due date, the day after they were due. That way I can do everybody's all at once. Okay? So you'll carry on through the unit. A couple of things that you might want to do is look at the PowerPoint slides. They're not required, but some students like to do that. All right, you'll see here we've got the discussion board postings, and there's your journal entry. So let's talk about these discussion board postings also right now. You've got two of them. The first one is due on September 5th, and that simply is an introduction and posting an image so that you know how to post an image. And then there's another one on something you'll learn in Chapter 1, which is anatomical positions. Anytime you see this, this means there's a folder. So if you click on the title, up comes the folder. Here's the information on getting to know you. You are going to introduce yourself. Tell the classmates a little about yourself. What's your major? Is this your first online course, or are you already a pro? Do you have any concerns about taking an online class, and what do you think will be your biggest obstacle this semester? Then you can attach a photo. It can be one of you. It could be a photo of something that you are interested in, like football, Pittsburgh Steelers. Doesn't matter to me, just as long as you have an image in there, and of course that you keep it clean. Okay, so it's practice on uploading an image. Then you have another discussion board, and this will be the only unit that you have two discussion board postings due. This one is on anatomical positions. You're going to go in your textbook, either your hard copy or your ebook, and you will refer to section 1.2 on anatomical terms. You're going to describe an activity, such as working out, putting on makeup, getting dressed, but you're not going to name the activity. You are going to describe what you're doing using directional terms and also 10 body regions. So these are all described in your textbook. You're going to use bold type for all the terms you include, and bold and highlight the 10 regions, or you can change the font color if you would like. In the second part, you are going to read the postings of your fellow students and reply to one, and please only one, with a guess regarding the activity that they are performing. And please don't respond to more than one, because each student will have an opportunity to respond to only one person. If you respond to more than one, you're taking away an opportunity from another student to complete their assignment. All right, so we'll see what happens if I click on this. You'll see this a little differently than I will. So there is my first posting. I put that up already. What you're going to see on the top will be the ability to create a thread. So you'll click Create a Thread. It will look like this. Let's see. I'm sorry, you do see this a little differently than I do. On the top, you'll see Create a Thread. You'll click that, and then you'll put your information. And go back. All right, then we have the anatomical positions post. First part is due September 14th. Second is the September 21st. And here again, I have a post that says, what am I doing? And you can see that I have changed the font color, and I've also used directional terms. They are in bold, right? So I'm raising my manus region, so it's superior to my coxal region, but inferior to the brachial region. Right? So once you understand these terms, you'll be able to figure out what I'm raising and what I'm lowering, and you can figure out, hopefully, the activity that I am doing. And of course, you can respond to me to my posting, you'll respond to another student's posting, but remember, just one other person's posting, not everybody's. Right? So go back to the learning units. So in this video, I talked about how to submit a planning calendar. You'll be saving it as a PDF file, how to complete a journal. I don't think I completely discussed that one, so let's go take a look. That's all the way down here in the bottom. Your journal entry is due September 23rd. Don't think you want to get a jump on this and say, I'm going to finish it on the 2nd of September. I'll actually take it down and ask you to do it again. I'd like you to please complete all the work in that unit before you do your journal entry. Okay, so in the journal entry, I'm going to read my instructions, which simply say, Unit 1 was a lot of work. How did your planning go? What did you find most helpful? What problems did you have? What will you change for the future? I'll read this, I'll respond to it, and you will see in the grade book my responses. You can hover over the grade and you'll see my response. And most of the time I'm just trying to be a cheerleader. I'm there to help you to make things go well. And remember, I am here to help you. If you need anything, you can always email me. Don't wait for the journal entry if you're having a problem. All right, so that is our first tutorial on the planning calendars, journals, and the discussion boards.